Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Tom Antos, and today I wanted to show you how I set up this little street scene. It's an opening shot for a scene in a movie where these two characters basically have to get out of a car and enter this restaurant that you see up here. And it's just a quick example to show you basically how shot design can drastically affect the look of your production. As you'll see in here, I didn't really use any extra special or equipment or anything really expensive, but I took a bunch of small little steps to just improve the shot overall. So this is here the beginning of what I started with. So I just basically put the camera on a tripod. I shot this whole thing with the Canon 5D Mark III and with a 50mm lens at f1.8 and 1/24 of a second, and ISO I believe was 1100 or 1200 or something around there. Anyways, if really what I wanted to show in this shot is like it says in the script, is we just see the two main characters getting out of a car and entering a restaurant. And we're here in this small little town in Ontario, Canada, where as you can see, the location looks pretty nice, and the light, the natural light that you see up there on the street, is enough to get a good exposure. So first thing really that I worry about is just setting up a good angle. This was my first attempt, and as you can see, it's okay, but that panning, I have to pan the camera as the characters walk around the car, and that doesn't look that attractive. So what I ended up doing is I moved the camera back completely across the street, and I put the camera lower so that you can sort of see a bit more of the street. You can see that lamppost over there, and just get more of an atmosphere of what it's like there at that location. Since you don't really need to see a close-up of the two characters, we're not hearing them talk or anything like that. And also another thing I decided to do is put the camera on a slider, just to add a little bit of a slow of a movement from left to right. So this is how the shot looks here, and right away I'm a bit more happy with this. But what I see also that happens, especially now that we're kind of further away, is that the two characters that are there, they kind of seem to blend in with the wall as they are walking past that gate. So to help separate them a bit more, and also just to put more light and more emphasis on them, all I did is I added a simple 1000 watt light, and the one that I happened to use was a DP Lowell light. But you can really use anything. You can buy a hardware light really, and just put it out there. And I just hit it just around the wall there, behind those plants over there that you see. And I shined the light directly into the actor's face, basically, as they're into their faces as they're walking towards that gate over there. And what that does is just kind of helps put this kind of a rim light that brings them out, and just brings more attention to them. It's a slight little it's a very slight effect, but it just makes the shot look a little bit better in my opinion. And now the next thing I noticed though is that that slider that I put the camera on doesn't have much of an effect, simply because there's nothing in the foreground of the shot to kind of get you give you a sense of the camera's motion. So to really amplify that parallax effect, what I ended up doing is I parked another car across the street right in front of the camera, and now as you can see, as the camera moves across, you can see that movement, you can feel it, and it just makes the shot that much more dynamic. It's not really like, you don't really know exactly what it is there, but all you see is that the headlight of the car there in the foreground kind of out of focus, and I think it just adds another dimension, just makes the shot look a little bit more three-dimensional. And then the final thing is just some slight color correction, which looks like this. And then I mean, if you were to compare this with what I started with originally, which is this thing, I think it just makes the shot look more professional. Just looks more like what you would expect to see in a feature film. So yeah, that's it for this week's tutorial. It's a quick little example again of what you can do with a little bit of creativity, and not so much equipment or any special tricks or anything like that, special effects. Just simple decision making that I really urge all cinematographers to do on the day of the shoot. When you're out there filming, don't just set up the camera in the first spot that you think is right and just, you know, and just go with it. Try out different angles, you know, maybe adding a little movement to the camera, you know, play around with the lights and all that stuff, because as you can see in this location, even though there's enough lights there to properly expose the shot so you can see the location and the actors, sometimes adding, you know, one extra light can just make the shot sparkle a little bit more. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, you know, leave a comment below, tell me your opinion, questions, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.